My fellow crypto enthusiasts, buckle up. You know me, I'm always digging into the deepest corners of the crypto market to unearth the next big opportunities, and sometimes, the lurking dangers. Today, we're diving headfirst into a project that's been quietly building. I'm talking about Cardano and the whispers of a US spot ETF approval that are growing louder by the day. We're going to explore what this could mean for ADA's price. Could we actually see $2 ADA in our sights? Or is this just another speculative bubble waiting to burst? But first, a crucial reminder. The information shared in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered financial advice. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile, and you can lose money. Always do your own research, consult with a financial professional, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into it. They say the biggest moves happen in the quietest moments. While everyone's focused on the usual suspects, something seismic is brewing beneath the surface of the crypto market. A silent, persistent hum. A growing speculation around one of the most resilient projects out there. I'm talking about Cardano. And if what I'm seeing is true, if these whispers turn into roars, then what you're about to witness could redefine everything you thought you knew about ADA's potential. Are we on the verge of an explosion, or is this just the calm before a very different kind of storm? We've seen the monumental impact that Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs have had on their respective markets, right? Billions of dollars pouring in, mainstream validation, a new class of investors entering the space. It's been a game changer. And now, the serious chatter, is starting to focus on Cardano. So, an analyst I really respect, Crypto Patel, recently dropped a bombshell on TradingView. He shared this technical chart, and honestly, this chart is fascinating. Along with a tweet boldly stating there's a 90% chance for a Cardano ETF by October 23rd. Let that sink in for a second. 90%. That's not just some hopeful wish. That's a conviction born from deep technical analysis and market observation. And here's the kicker. His post hinted that the current ADA price action, the relatively calm movements we're seeing right now, could be exactly that. The calm before a monumental breakout. A breakout that could, propel ADA straight towards that tantalizing $2 mark. And it's all tied to something even deeper long-term accumulation patterns. Think about it for a moment. While retail investors often chase pumps, the smart money, those institutional players, they accumulate quietly, patiently, often in bear markets or during periods of consolidation. And that's exactly what we're seeing unfold with Cardano. Now let's peel back the layers and look at the chart itself, because this is where the real story begins to unfold. This isn't some daily scalp chart, folks. We're talking about the bi-weekly time frame for ADA over USDT, a macro view that stretches all the way back to 2020. This chart isn't just lines on a screen. It's a historical roadmap, a testament to Cardano's journey. What does it show? A massive multi-year ascending channel that ADA has been trending within since its explosive breakout back in 2020. This is significant. Think of this channel as Cardano's long-term highway. The lower boundary, it's acted as rock-solid support across multiple cycles, absorbing selling pressure, catching falling knives, and the upper trend line, that's where ADA has historically met resistance, capping its most aggressive surges. This channel gives us a consistent, powerful framework for long-term analysis, showing us the boundaries of ADA's dance. Now cast your minds back to late 2020. Remember that pivotal moment? ADA broke above a crucial sloping resistance line. That wasn't just a small move, that was the ignition switch for its monumental rally, the one that culminated in its all-time high. That moment marked the true beginning of this epic uptrend within the channel. And ever since then, through all the volatility, all the market corrections, ADA has shown remarkable respect for both the support and resistance boundaries of this very channel. It's been building, consolidating, preparing. But here's where the tension really builds. Let's zoom in on something critical. The support base and accumulation activity. Look closely at the zone between 24 cents and 35 cents. You see it? A clear, undeniable support base is formed right there. ADA has tested this level multiple times from mid-2022 right through to 2024. And guess what? This zone perfectly overlaps with the channel bottom we just talked about. Crypto Patel's chart identifies this area explicitly as a massive accumulation zone. What does that tell us? It tells us that for months, smart money, patient investors, whales even, have been quietly, methodically buying up ADA in this range. They weren't selling into panic, they were soaking up supply. And where are we now? ADA's current price, hovering around 54 to 55 cents, represents a modest yet significant rebound from that deep accumulation zone. The recent candles on the chart, they show consolidation, not a frantic surge. And in the world of smart money, consolidation after a period of accumulation often signals a coil, a spring compressing, ready to unleash its stored energy. So if the support is clear, if the accumulation is evident, what's the roadblock? What's preventing that immediate explosion? Well, just like any good thriller, there's a final boss, a crucial hurdle. And for Cardano, that hurdle is a significant resistance band positioned between $1 and $1.45. So, if you take a look at the history books on this chart, ADA has consistently failed to close above this range during past rallies. This is both a psychological and technical barrier. If, or should I say when, ADA approaches this zone again, we can expect to see some pretty significant selling pressure. Profit-taking, shorting opportunities, it's all part of the game, you know? This is the battleground. This is where the long-term holders will really be tested, and where new buyers will need to step up. But here's the exhilarating part, the payoff that this chart is hinting at. The Cardano chart isn't just showing us the past, it's outlining a potential, powerful breakout path. And the targets? My friends, we're talking about $2 and even $2.89. These aren't just arbitrary numbers pulled out of thin air. These targets actually align perfectly with long-term resistance levels and the upper trend line of that massive multi-year ascending channel we talked about earlier. If ADA can shatter that $1 to $1.45 resistance band, especially with a catalyst like an ETF approval, then these higher targets become not just possibilities, but strong probabilities within this established long-term structure. And this brings us back to the heart of the matter, ETF speculation and the market narrative. Crypto Patel's tweet wasn't just about a pretty chart, it explicitly tied this entire technical setup to the possibility of an ETF approval. His projection suggests a stage breakout, that quiet accumulation leading into a long-term, multi-year move, with $2 as an initial significant milestone. Imagine the institutional capital that would flood into Cardano with a United States spot ETF approval. We've seen it with Bitcoin, we've seen it with Ethereum. It's not just about retail FOMO, it's about massive investment funds, pension funds, and wealth managers finally gaining regulated, easy access to ADA. This isn't just speculation, it's a potential paradigm shift for Cardano. The combination of this strong, resilient technical structure, that massive accumulation, the clear channel and the external catalyst of potential ETF news, it's creating a perfect storm. It's drawing renewed intense attention to what could be ADA's next explosive cycle. So the question isn't if Cardano is about to make a move. The question is, are you ready for it? Are you prepared to navigate the resistance, to understand the potential, and to position yourself for what could be one of the most significant shifts in Cardano's history? The clock is ticking. October 23rd isn't far off. Keep your eyes glued to the charts, stay informed, and remember, in crypto, the biggest secrets are often hidden in plain sight. I'll be here, bringing you the latest. Don't miss the next update.